All right, so it turns out our awesome Hudson is already halfway obsolete because now they have an aluminum frame version, which is literally half a pound lighter. And it's incredible when you pick it up. It's way lighter. So I really want to see how that actually handles. The rumor is it almost shoots just as well as the steel one. So the weights come out of the grip, not the slide, which may be good or may not be. I can't quite hit the hostage head. Feels good. I'm going to leave it to you to do the rapid fire, Carl. You can tell us if how the frame weight impacts that.
All right, so I've actually shot a lot of our Hudson 9 with the standard steel frame. This is the aluminum one. When you pick it up, it's immediately obvious there's a huge difference going on here. This aluminum frame, it feels like the weight's a half or something. I don't know what the actual numbers are right now, but the weight difference is immense. I mean, I know you could go polymer, but at this point, the weight reduction is so significant that I don't know that it would even matter. So what I'm gonna do is just dump here, because I wanna see what the recoil mitigation is like now with the lighter weight gun. And honestly, I don't notice a difference. It feels the same. I don't think the weight is what's soaking up the recoil on the H9. It's actually the low bore offset to your hand and grip. So as a result, this feels honestly just as good as what I'm dealing with the steel frame. So weight reduction, it appears to have absolutely no effect on worse recoil. It feels exactly the same.
You want to try one more?
Yeah, let's do one more. Do it again. God, it doesn't even move. I mean, that feels fantastic. Do you want to try that, Ian?
Yes, I do.
All right, let me put it down. We'll switch off again.
Oh, I just pulled prerogative to get another magazine to do a little more shooting. I like it. So the cool thing here was we have one of these for T&E, and both Carl and I are pretty sure that we want to have one of these. So I'm going to let Carl keep the old obsolete steel one, and I'm going to buy myself one of the hot new aluminum ones. Sorry, Carl.
So Ian, that was the first chance we had to actually pick up the aluminum framed Hudson 9.
Honestly, I'd kind of forgotten that they said they were going to have that here. Well, they mentioned it when we were talking to them.
It wasn't something we were allowed to talk about, but we had not had the chance to see it as of until right now. Walked up to Lauren there, and she's like, "Pick it up," and it looks identical. There's an actually identical gun. Pick it up, and immediately, I think they said it's half a pound lighter.
Yeah, 8 ounces. That's a lot.
When I picked that up, it was immediate. I was astonished by the difference in how light that gun feels. I said when I was shooting it over there that I don't know that you need a polymer equivalent at this point, how light that aluminum feels.
You know, I think if you went to polymer, you'd end up with a physically larger frame to get the same required strength, and I don't know that I'd want polymer.
You may very well have to, like we talked about with the What Would Stone You project. If you're going to go polymer, you have to design something based on the material you're building it out of.
Exactly.
So if you're going to change this into a polymer frame, and I'm not saying they may or may not, I have no idea what their future plans are, but in that regard, you would have to change, I would think you would have to change some of the design features that make the Hudson 9 so unique.
Well, the grip would have to be bigger. I really like the grip as it is. Metal is nice, you know.
Well, you'd put some steel inserts or whatever in there, but as you know, that's one of the things the Glock, when you pick up a Glock, the Glock block is this giant brick of a gun, and the reason it's that is because of the material it's made out of.
Right.
By going to aluminum and reducing the weight by half a pound, they still have that svelte, sleek gun, but in an incredibly lighter package.
Yeah.
And when people were saying that the weight was one of the reasons they wouldn't want the H9 because of a carry gun, I will tell you right now, this absolutely mitigates any concern you'd have about that.
Next.
Yeah, I mean, that's problem solved.
Yeah.
So now that we have our Hudson 9 that has a Delta Point Pro on it, there's no reason you couldn't do the same with the aluminum frame.
Right, your Hudson 9.
Fine.
Because mine's going to be the aluminum one.
But you could do the same thing with the aluminum frame and you'd have the weight reduction.
Oh, absolutely.
But when I fired it, and the reason I did those mag dumps is I wanted to see, was the recoil mitigation lost as a result? Is recoil mitigation on the H9 a basis of the weight of the gun or the design of the gun? And right now with those 2 little magnums, which were full mags, or close to full mags, it might have been 10 rounds, but those magnums to me, and I've shot the H9 a lot at this point, it felt identical to the steel frame.
Okay.
So what that tells me is weight, while it may play a very minor factor, it plays a very minor factor. The reality is the bore offset axis that you've got going on with that very low bore offset is what is mitigating recoil on the H9, and the aluminum frame does not give up anything in that.
Excellent. Yeah, I left that to you because
yeah, you were trying to make hits, and I just wanted to dump. I just wanted to see what the recoil felt like. So, a very exciting advancement, and I think that aluminum frame absolutely takes this gun one more step further. If you're a competitive shooter, there would be no reason not to use the steel, but if you want to carry this thing, that aluminum one is the answer.
Yeah, that's exciting to see where they're going with it.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. First thing we saw at the show, actually.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be a hit. So, cool. Good job, Hudson.